After logging in, if you are an EACTS member or from a participating hospital, you should see Interactive Viewer and Reports on the upper bar. Participating hospitals can see hospital information, where you should see your hospital name, last data upload date, and last surgery date. Towards the bottom of the homepage, you can find out more about the platform, download the user guide, the sign-up guide, and access support. Selecting Interactive Viewer will take you to the following page. The Interactive Viewer is split into 3 sections: the filter box, the graph details, and the graph view. The filter box enables us to filter on various procedure and patient characteristics. For example, we can select procedure, procedure type, isolated CABG, or isolated valve. Some filters are dependent. For example, selecting isolated valve enabled this valve treated filter. In this example, we will filter between January 2020 and December 2024. We can also filter for data that has been audited, age, sex, and many other patient and procedure characteristics. Next, we move on to the graph details. The ACD currently supports 20 different outcomes. For this example, we will select post-operative atrial fibrillation. If you are from a participating hospital and are a chief surgeon or a user with the necessary permissions given by your chief surgeon, in the comparison tab, you can look at your own hospital's data, your hospital's data against all hospitals, or your country against all countries for data in the ACD. In this case, we'll select your hospital versus all hospitals. The ACD currently supports 3 chart types: a bar plot, a line plot, and a funnel plot for 30-day mortality. Here we will select bar plot. We can also aggregate by different time frames, by year, by quarter, or by month, and here we will select by year. We can also stratify our graphs by various patient characteristics if we select the outcome to be frequency. In this case, however, we have selected post-operative AF. Selecting Calculate Graph will produce the graph in the graph view. We can see the number of returned procedures, the dates in which the procedures have been filtered. We can also view the filters by selecting Filter. Scrolling down, we can see an interactive bar chart comparing the hospital's data against all hospitals in the database. Here, your hospital data will be highlighted in blue and all hospital data in yellow. Hovering over our bars, we can see the exact proportion of our outcome and the 95% confidence interval. From this graph, we can see quite clearly that between 2020 and 2024, the proportion of post-operative AF for our hospital is much less than all hospitals in the ACD. Beneath the graph, we can see a data completeness table that includes our own hospital's data statistics and the number of records where our outcome has been filled in. We can also compare with all hospitals' data completeness, where we can see for each year the data completeness for all hospitals in the database and the number of hospitals that have submitted data for the particular outcome for each year. Scrolling back to the top, we can make a PDF export of our graph. Where we can see our graph displayed in a PDF document, the filters that were applied, the data completeness table, and the graph statistics. Another important section of the ACD is the Reports tab. On this page, for EACTS members and participating hospitals, you can access general reports for the ACD. If you are from a participating hospital, you can also access hospital-specific reports, with the first reports expected to be available towards the end of 2026. Both reports are generated by the EACTS Quality Improvement team. Hospital data managers have the ability to make a CSV export of their hospital's data. We strongly encourage your centre to sign up for the ACD to continually monitor and improve your hospital's performance in the adult cardiac domain.